Now, by signing up for the entire series, you get what they're going to be doing is accumulating points. And the more points you accumulate, the easier it will be for us, if you're doing everything you need to do, to start sitting you in front and helping you with that loan application. Okay? Yes.
What is startup program that you was talking about to help you start a business?
Okay. That's going to be September the 8th, I think. I think that series will start September the 8th. We're trying to push it back a week, but so that we get people more
information about that.
You can come to our informational session that we're going to have at the end of August, 1st of September. But it will be on our website as well. Our calendar will be on the website of all the classes that we're being offered.
So what about this calendar? What you just said before, the calendar?
Okay, the information, we're going to have an information session and we're going to be giving out. Now, what happens when you register with us, this information is emailed to you automatically.
Okay.
Okay, but until then, you can go to our website and the information will be on that.
What Andre and I will be committed to doing is making sure that we stay abreast of all of the information and we'll be passing it on to you just like we did for this meeting tonight.
Another quick question. September the 8th, where is this going to be held? I think on the 19th, you're bringing all the bites in town.
That's exactly right.
We're going to be busy as a one-armed paper hanger with a peg leg.
As long as we're making money, we're going to be okay. We don't want to be that busy and not making money. Anyway. Okay, and again, that's to be determined because like I said, I just left the workshop earlier today and we want to get it out as soon as possible because there are so many new things that we're doing. We decided that we needed to tell the community about everything at one time versus tell them about this series and then tell them about that series. So we want to have a meeting to go over what we're going to be doing as it relates to technical assistance.
Who do we contact about this September 8th?
Well, I tell you, I'm going to leave my cards. Contact me. Okay?
One part, a two-part question. First part is the idea of us having our own classes, maybe, and we just assume if we were having them here, we know we got 15 to 25 people want to take your class. We already know that. The second part of the question is there any way to speed up this time? Instead of being Tuesdays and Thursdays only, any way we can go straight through 3 days a week, 4 days a week, so we can do it?
Well, the reason why we didn't do it again is because of time management. We didn't want to take people away from their jobs or whatever that they were doing to make money. So that's why we do it. But that's something to entertain. And when we start, if we tailor a class for your organization, then we can talk about doing it any way that's feasible for you all.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Now, this young lady had a question at one time that we addressed.
She answered it. Thank you.
Okay.
I was just asking the date.
Okay.
Does your business have to be registered with the city to participate in any of the classes?
No, it does not.
But you would
But you want to stay connected. But no, you don't. How many people are from businesses in Richmond?
You.
I'm here, but I'm not
Yeah,
registered.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that at another meeting, but.
Embarrassing.
Anything else that I can answer for you?
I think you pretty much have enlightened us, and we are 100% sure that we have at least 25 individuals already who want to take the class.
Wonderful.
So with that being in mind, I guess Grace and I are going to set and get everybody to sign their commitment. And we pretty much, I guess my thing is, Grace, I like to take the class and keep it going.
Right.
When you have these gaps in the class, you know, people's participation drop. I'm pretty much committed to the time that you said it's got to be 5 to 7 p.m. It needs to be 5 to 7. You can give up something so you can come on some class and do what you need to do. Because then we can go right on through and get everybody going.
Okay.
So that's where we're at. We're pretty much at. Now that I have this, I think we have everything we need. What you're seeing here is nothing compared to what is really out there. No problem ahead. That people who need the service, and we're pleased with that.
And again, I need your help to make this work.
Oh, we can make this work. We can get it here. Yeah, we can have some time. We don't have no problem with that. We'll identify that already.
All right, well, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
So we did have, I don't know, Andre,
before we, one piece now, I wanted the group to understand this because we always heard about this, and I heard someone say something that was profound, and we always talk about doing it. Mr. Washington, how about your name? Mr. Washington is telling you a story today of something that's getting ready to happen. And what I enjoyed about this story is something we talk about, but none of us have quite done it this way yet. I'm going to give him that moment, and he can tell you what he was telling me. Take me in 5 minutes to leave after that.
I don't need 5 minutes. I can keep this very short and simple. My name is Al Washington. I'm the owner of East Coast Trailer. Myself and my son, Alfonso II. Met this gentleman this morning. So if he tells you we've known each other longer than today, don't listen to him. But in our fellowshipping this morning, we covered a lot of things. I manufacture utility trailers for the construction industry, landscaping, medium-duty equipment. But what we discussed is on Monday, I spoke with my pastor, and we're kind of homeless right now, so I may need a contractor. But in talking to my pastor on Monday, this seems to be a calling. Something is clicking here now because we live in LaGrange, Georgia. Well, he does, and I'm kind of transient. But to keep this thing simple, I spoke with my pastor, and the church is putting together an entrepreneurial program of some sort to bring our businesses together. Once again, the minority businesses, we need to do business with whomever, but also with ourselves, especially with ourselves. And one of the things I was led to do on Monday was I pledged $1,000 to someone that wants to start a business in that church. And that will at least give them some seed money. And we all know that a lot of our major corporations today started with less money than that. So I think in doing that, I believe what we need to do is start reaching down and lending a hand. Don't worry if that person that grabs your hand is going to pull you down. You just do all you can to pull that person up. And I guess I touched a nerve with him when I said this, but it's very important to us to just cut in on our profit margins. I share with him I drink a beer or two every now and then, and sometimes I may even downgrade, but we need to really focus on giving back, because until we do that, we're going to continue to struggle amongst ourselves. So that is pretty much the story. And I don't know what part of that moved him, but I encourage you folks, if you're in business and you have an opportunity to do something similar, you're not going to miss it. It's going to come back to you. I promise you it will. So we talk about opening our hearts. Sometimes opening the wallet is pretty good too. Thank you. Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Washington. I was sharing a funny story with Andre when he brought me Mr. Washington's card. As you guys know, my name is Ray Washington Young. Washington is the last name of my first husband, who is now deceased. And his name was Al Washington. And I have never met another Al Washington. So when he handed me Mr. Washington's card, it kind of startled me to see that name on a card. So I said there has to be some kind of kindred connection here. So it means we're going to do some fantastic business or something, because that's the first time that had ever happened. But our intent, when I met Andre, last year, he talked about his vision for this house and how we were going to all get together and build capacity for the small contractors. And over the last year, I've spent a lot of time involved with the kinfolk side of business, and not a lot of time invested in the AMAS side of the business. And so, this year, I have a renewed focus because as Mr. Washington said, it's all about sometimes reaching back and helping. A lot of things that Andre does not benefit AMAS at all. Doesn't benefit Andre at all. You know, the building of this house doesn't necessarily benefit Andre at all. It's just a benefit to the community and to facilitate the vision that he has for us all to grow together. And there are enough resources for us not to have to struggle so much, but you know, we just have to take advantage of those resources. And so how I see my role, because when I went down to the city, I said, you know what, I am so tired of the city developing, because this is my perception, the city developing programs for us, but they never seem to help us. Well, she said, one of the things, Grace, is nobody ever shows up. You guys are not in nobody's ever in my office talking to me about what programs we are developing. And so I said, well, if we can show up, will you promise us, you give us your word, that you'll make some of these programs available? And right now, we all know that knowledge is power. And like she said, if we've been doing it the wrong way for 10 years, we gotta start doing it the right way. We gotta change that and start doing it the right way right now, so we can make some money for ourselves and for our children. For me, what the incentive is because I'm all about empowering our entire communities. I usually work with the re-entry communities, but I work with low-income communities, and I'm always about out here trying to find a job for our individuals who have limited education and limited experience, because none of the job programs are meant for them. So I'm that advocate for them, and that's pretty much, you know, all of our minority Black population. A huge percentage fall into that category. And as she